Happy Friday, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Friday Night Arcade Show, the late night show for the home arcade community. I'm Brooklyn, host of the show. We are going to just be chilling out tonight with just no guests tonight, just my three co-hosts and myself. So let's bring them in. First, let's say hello to the hardest working man in the home arcade community. Give it up for Papa Brad.
All right.
Brad, happy Friday.
Man, glad to be here. Glad to be here. Awesome.
It's good to be back. You know, I have so many plans for this show this year. Obviously, you know, that takes a lot of work because this is the way I do things. Tonight is going to be more of the four of us hanging out, talking, and we will be playing some games later on. So we are back to playing games tonight. We are going to be playing Atari games. That's right up your alley.
Yes.
I'm going to get smoked.
It's my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I already know, like, you like pick out, you like, when you were running the games by me, I was like, man, Brooklyn, you picked some rare cuts, like ones I haven't played. So
you know me, I like the rare cuts.
Yeah, you definitely, and you know, good games, but games that I'm not familiar with. So it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun.
Well, you know what? We don't get to choose tonight.
Yeah, we don't
choose. Gets to choose. I did
put a poll
in the chat.
Whatever we play.
Yeah, and the chat room can choose what game I'm going to get smoked at. And speaking of smoked, let's say hi to Nix.
Hey, what's happening, everybody?
Holy crap. His
Let's
mic
go.
actually was working on the first shot tonight. What's
Look at
going
that,
on, Nix?
man.
Happy Friday, buddy.
Happy Friday, guy. Have you guys played Atari today? Oh,
Yes, yeah. We are playing our Atari today, that's for sure.
absolutely.
You know, I'm happy that all the choices don't include any fighting games, or else I definitely know we'd all be losing
Yeah.
to Steps Gaming.
Hey!
Steps, happy Friday.
Happy Friday! It's
Good
good
to
to
see
be
you.
back. I haven't been on a stream for a couple weeks, even my own, so catch me
What
here.
was the last one you were on? Was our New Year show?
Yeah, I think I did a show on New Year's Eve right after the ball dropped or whatever. That was it. It was real quick.
Yeah.
Wasn't very long. So that was it. That's all I've done, and I've been redeveloping things, and I'm looking forward to the future. I got that too, Papa Brad.
Yeah,
I have
got
been
the-
redeveloping
Yes.
two
I
steps.
turned
If
mine
you-
where it's
if you-
white. Look at that. You can
See,
change
I-
the color. Did you know that?
Yeah, you showed that, Brad. Well, you could show that off tonight. I changed around the whole studio. As you can see, there's a couple of less cabinets that used to be here, and I've done the brick face, and I installed permanent professional lighting. So
Looks
trying to
good.
step up the
Stepping
look
up
of
the
the show.
game.
Yeah,
Stepping up the game.
yeah, and it's great now because I can just walk in here,
Ready to go.
press a button, and I'm ready to go. It's not like, oh, okay, I'm doing a show tonight, or I'm going to be on a show tonight. Let me get everything set up. It's just 100. I just wanted everything clean. You don't
Yep.
see any wires. It's all nice and neat, and at the push of a button, it's ready to go.
You
Yeah,
can't
let's
say
go.
clean and not say clean like a mother to die for.
Ooh,
Who's
he's
in
Yeah,
the
I
chat?
said to die for in the chat.
Oh,
Right.
how's it going?
I see a few
Howdy
people in the
do.
chat. Brad, do you want to say hi to everyone?
Sure, sure.
All right, pull up the chat room and
Hey,
say
what's
hi to.
happening? Welcome to the stream, Jason. Good to see you here.
Jason.
My family is here.
My
JT
family.
JT Brunick is here. Sacro. My Hawk Hertz is here.
Sure does.
Let's see here. We got Video Game Vegas in the chat. We got 2 Die for Bobby Vu. Awesome. We got Ichabod Crane in the chat.
Speaking of Ichabod, I will be over at the Ichabod Crane show tomorrow night,
Mhm.
and I'm going to try to convince Ichabod Crane to let me broadcast the show live. Last time we
Awesome.
tried it was a complete failure,
Yeah.
but
was a train
I
wreck.
promise it will not be a failure this time. I got the whole on-the-go studio ready to bring to his house, set it up. It will work because the last time we tried it, I was trying to do it through XSplit and his internet was not having it.
Not
But
having it.
now I have StreamYard again because I had retired StreamYard for a little bit while we weren't doing the show. But now that I have it again, I think that it would be great if Ichabod Crane would be nice enough to let me do the show live tomorrow night. He's probably going to say no, but we'll see. If not,
Yeah.
look out for the pre-recorded show on Ichabod's channel.
Yeah. Well, as long as you do the synchronized opening of beers, that is one of the highlights of the
That-
show. The synchronized popping of beer caps.
If you don't do that, it's not the Ichabod show.
It wouldn't be the Ichabod show without that.
Oh, he said no convincing needed. So does that mean it's okay? Well, look out for another live stream tomorrow night.
Well, you know, this summer when I go amusement park hopping and I go over that way, maybe if I'm lucky enough, I could be on the Ichabod show one time. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you
we'd
come up
all
this
like
way,
to be on the Ichabod show.
we should definitely make that happen.
Play some games.
Darn toot. Darn
Isn't that
toot.
right?
We will be playing some games tonight. What games have you guys been playing on your arcades?
I've been playing a lot of Battlezone.
Oh, that was a long pause.
No, I've been playing a lot of Battlezone.
You said Arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have
Yeah.
battles on mine.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I always forget. Nix does not have the mod on his.
Doesn't have
No,
the
I've got
mystery
the
encoder
gold
'cause he has the
cap.
gold.
Yeah. But
I don't want it because you had the problem with having to reinstall your backup because you kind of messed it up or something, right?
oh yeah, I
But-
totally
yeah,
destroyed
yeah.
mine.
That's what I fear of doing, and there's no way of backing up the gold, right?
No, I understand. I am not
I
messing
don't want to
around with
mess
my
with it.
gold. The gold is
Yeah.
staying the way
Yeah,
it is.
that's
I
one of the reasons why I have not.
plenty on there.
I know there's a
Yeah.
gold solution, but you know, I got 130 games on there, and the ones
Yeah.
that you know I can't just throw back on there.
Yeah.
I
You got
don't
some
wanna
great
lose.
games on there. You don't want to lose those games.
Viper board.
Viper board's
Whiteboard,
coming.
That's what I'm
Viper
waiting
board.
for. That's
Very excited for that. And also,
the
if
GRS is right there.
anybody missed
Waiting
out
for
on
it.
the
Get
GRS
ready
deck,
for it. Yeah.
um,
It'll plug
Glenn
right in.
did announce
Yes,
a round
GRS.
2 for the GRS deck. So if you missed out, I'm telling you, even if you don't plan on installing it right away, while he's taking pre-orders for this second wave, I would definitely jump on that. It is a great thing to have for your iArcade,
Mhm.
especially with the Viper board coming out. You can see it's going to be very simple to connect and switch over to that. It's just going to open up a whole world of gaming.
Oh,
So-
absolutely.
And still to this day, you know, I'm still waiting for someone else to put out a cabinet that is, and I'm talking a 3/4 scale at the price point that the iArcade was, that could beat this cabinet.
I don't.
That's
think
why
it-
you
It's
see.
not happening.
That's why
not
you see my arcade slimming down, because I started to realize a lot of this is just background
Not as good.
lights.
It's not as good too.
Oh,
It's not
gee.
as good.
It's
Let's
not-
be honest. Let's call it
look,
the
it's
way it
not
is,
that
man.
it's not that the 2 cabs I got rid of weren't good, because I believe they were, and
Yeah, they
the
were all
homes
right.
that they went to, I think they're going to get a lot of use. I was happy with both of the people that purchased them, because I know they're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of it. But for me, you know, I still to this day think playing the games on the iArcade, I get my best experience on there.
100%.
And
All right.
once I put Glenn's deck on there, I did have to get used to the silent buttons,
Mm.
but I got used to them quick.
Oh, the buttons are good.
And-
I was just playing on it.
Yeah, they're great.
And I'd like to speak to John G in the chat there, saying about the game licensing issue. Well, if you were watching the pre-show there, well, I was playing Double Dragon, Combat Tribes, Magic Drop.
Yeah.
You know, the games were still working.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I bought every game on the iArcade. I
they're
haven't
all
lost a
work-
game
yep,
yet.
all my games are working. So you know that's news to me that people are having licensing issues. I don't think that exists.
How could that possibly happen? I mean,
Yeah, I
most
know.
of these
I don't
things are
understand.
all modded and offline.
Yeah,
I think you do have some options right now that are probably better cabinets than the iArcade, but they're a little higher than the price point, because
Mhm.
iArcade, you know, especially when they were on sale, they were right in there with the price of arcade 1-ups.
Yeah, the entry level arcade. I mean, they were down to like $350.
Yeah,
Dude,
the Candy
I love
Cab.
it so much.
$350 is insane for
I
the
paid
value.
$299.
Twice.
Yeah, that's a good price. I paid a
Instead
lot
of
more
got the
than
basement deal, the bargain basement price.
that. But I'm very happy now
But it's
having the
worth it.
spacing, because I really enjoy. I miss that. I miss being able to see the beautiful artwork on the side of the cabinets, especially like
Yeah.
the Dragon's Lair. The artwork on the side, on both sides of that, is so nice.
Yeah.
There
And
it is. Ooh.
when it's just all
It
jammed
just
together, you can't
Actually
even.
wraps.
Yeah, you can't see it. So I enjoy it. Everything's looking nice with the new brick face. I still have a lot. I just made sure to at least get the brick face done in what the camera covers, but I still have a lot to go. And I haven't been taking the easy way out. Like the behind the TV that's mounted on the wall, I didn't just go around that. I took everything off, put the bricks up, and remounted everything over the bricks. All the light switches, all the
Enough.
power switches,
It's
everything
tight.
came
Went
off.
all the way.
Everything, yeah, everything's done
Bobby Boo
as
approved.
nice as possible. And when I'm done, you probably won't see it in the shot, but I'm going to be doing moldings around the ceiling that are going to have LED lights hidden inside of them.
Wow.
So the whole ceiling, it's going to look like a disco in here.
It's gonna be clean like a mother.
I love it though. You know, like
Yep.
this this is my relaxing spot.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
like,
You got to make it.
and that's why I love Friday so much. Like, you finish a week of work, I just love coming in here, turning on all the lights, turning on all the cabinets, and just chilling out. Can pop, a YouTube video up on the screen behind the arcade, play some games. Like, what more do you need than that?
That's it.
It's like,
It's Friday night
besides
arcade
going
time.
to Ichabod's house, I'm not somebody that goes out. I never was the type that really went out to bars and clubs and all that stuff. Maybe when I was younger. I more enjoy, I like coming home and I like doing this stuff. And then I like going downstairs playing the VR. So I enjoy my house. DC Fago guy, Juggalo royalty in the house. What's up, DC Fago guy? Good to see you here.
Nice.
Yeah, so
You didn't ask. Oh, what I was gonna say. I say you didn't ask me, but you did ask everybody. So I'm just gonna say, on the iArcade, I'm still. I when I turn that on, I want to play Dodonpachi and Centipede. I want to play Centipede with Glenn's deck.
Yeah, it is good.
And I played Centipede on this My Arcade thing today with the joystick, and it's just like I couldn't play it. I'm so used to using Glenn's awesome trackball.
It's like we are totally spoiled, aren't we? Now we live in this golden age where we can like play with the best controls,
Here's how we live, Brad. I can go on YouTube, look up obscure video games that, are great that no one knows about. And then 10 minutes later, it's on my cabinet and I'm playing
I know, it's insane.
Yeah. So, yeah, I make a lot of my own, the games for the arcade, but they're definitely killing it in the PAX or Us group. So they're putting a lot of good stuff out there. So if you're not in that group on Discord and you have an arcade with the mod, I would highly suggest joining that group.
You're getting really all the best games in Maine.
Absolutely.
On that group, I found a MAME ROM to play Keith Courage and Alpha Zones from the TurboGrafx 16, so I could play it on the iArcade. I also found Bonk, the arcade game.
Yeah, I've had the Bonk arcade game.
Yeah.
I never even knew they had an arcade game for Bonk.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Well, I really... Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I didn't know that either until probably like 3 or 4 years ago, because all I ever knew was Bonk on the TurboGrafx, so I never realized that they had the arcade version for that.
You could also get Tattoo Assassins, this really obscure fighting game.
I've heard that one. I've heard of that one.
Yeah, that one's only got like 4 legit arcades ever made, and like one of them is like Galaxy Ghost. Yeah, so
that was an interesting title.
Well, I didn't know it was that rare because they had one at the Houston Arcade Expo. They only made 4 of them.
It's one of those like Mortal Kombat clones.
Yeah.
They tried to.
The number's less than 10. I don't know the exact number, but it's really rare.
It's rare, yeah. That's the only place I've ever seen it.
There's some that have made like replicas. They're not real. Like I saw this one guy. I think he's in like Arkansas or Louisiana. He has a one that he made himself out of a Mortal Kombat cabinet, but it runs off of a PC. So there's some out there, that people wanted one, so they made one.
There's some faux tattoo assassins out there. Some Fugazis.
But there's definitely 100% is a real one at Galloping Ghost.
Speaking of a real one, shout out to Ichabod Crane with that $4.99 super chat. Let's hit this for him.
This is a fact. I'm 58 years old. 58. I'm 58. 58. Your channels are going down. You made a little money off of YouTube, but the game is over. Sticking it to the man. Peace out.
That's right. Ichabod Crane. Again, I will be over at Ichabod's house tomorrow night on the Ichabod Show. $4.99. All he wanted to say is shout out to Zoltan. What the hell are you talking about, Ichabod?
All hail Zoltan. He knows all. He sees all.
There it is. It's up again. All right.
Since you have a toy, here we got a McNugget, buddy.
Oh yeah, my wife's got
ADD
4 of them.
hour here.
Yeah.
Kerwin McFrost.
Yeah, I'll show my beer
Or
in my
Frost, yes.
Nuka-Cola.
Nice.
Did you guys check out some of the new products in the Friday Night Arcade store?
I did. I picked up a Friday Night Arcade Show hat and T-shirt, and it'll be on the way in February. It'll be at my door.
Yeah, everything's been redesigned. So I'm thinking the quality should be top notch because I didn't
Good stuff.
just take the existing logos and things I have. Everything was rebuilt at a very, very high resolution. Like ridiculous so I'm hoping that anyone that purchases shirts, hats, well, the hats always look cool because they're embroidered, so even if the image wasn't like the highest resolution, they always look good.
There's two kinds of hats.
Everything's double-sided. Most of the hats you'll have it'll say shill on the back.
Are you still selling the old ones too? Because that's what I'm looking at right now.
The old ones were on a different store.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I clicked the link that you posted on the Facebook recently.
Yeah, cool. Do you have a picture of the T-shirt designs?
A link.
You should show them.
No, I don't.
You throw them up.
I mean, you can see.
Throw a link up.
Yeah,
I would have
present
to
them.
I would have to go to the store.
Yeah.
All right, you guys keep it going.
Let's take a look at them. Let's take a look at them because you got some really cool new designs, which
That's cool.
Yeah, and this company that you get the product from, they do make quality stuff. I've gotten stuff from them before as well, and can vouch as well. I'm very happy with the product, and here it is.
So this is the shill pint glass.
So everything's
double-sided. So you got shill on this side.
Yeah, I got a mug,
You got
a hat,
need
T-shirt.
to get me
shill
a mug.
logo. Yeah, the mugs are new. That's the
That mug's
Evil
gonna look
Arcade design. And we got the Evil Arcade T-shirts, double-sided.
Right, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Friday Night Arcade Show.
That's right.
Order now, so it
Nick, you bought stuff. I hope you used this promo code I put in
did.
here.
There's a 10%
All right, awesome.
off promo code.
We actually have a giant poster with different. You could choose from some different color backgrounds.
Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that.
God, wow.
What else have we got? There's a bunch of other stuff here. I would have to.
I guess the Iron Maiden's going to come down. We're going to put.
Look at this
Friday
one.
Night Arcade.
Look at that. Look at that. That's
ultimate
like,
shill.
Be a baller. Be the ultimate
That one.
baller.
I think I'm the only idiot that would wear this.
Oh man, that'll trigger some Arcade One Up fans.
Why?
That's right. The girls will be all over you. You walk outside wearing that
Man.
bad boy.
Well,
Like,
Brad, I don't.
this-
I see this merchandise as a representation of this show. So this particular logo has taken on a new meaning.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to the shop and see what else we got. This is nice. The new Friday Night Arcade Show. Look how big the logo is on the front, and then on the back.
Yep. Get the
you
shill.
got the shill. Yeah, did pretty much everything.
Shotgun shots at the house. Woo!
Then we have just the hat with the logo, and in the back. Then we got the brand new Friday Night Arcade Show shirt. This is definitely going to be better quality than well, I'm not wearing mine tonight. I got my Studio 17 shirt on, my other channel. Friday Night Arcade Show, and then on the back you got shill. What else did I make here? I think
So
that's it.
they wouldn't do the they
these.
wouldn't do the devil shirt, huh?
The
with the
devil,
girls,
the Evil
They pulled that
Arcade.
and said they would not make it, huh?
No, it got pulled, but as you can
was
see, it's
super
back
cool.
up. It's back up. I had to do a slight edit. They didn't explain.
That's the one I
What
want.
did you
Where's
have
that
to
one
do?
at?
It's on the store.
Okay, let's check
Just
out that.
click on Friday Night Arcade Shop and all the products will show. So I'll show you the one that got pulled.
Yeah.
I want the one that got. I want the one that got.
Speak of it. I
got
mentioned
banned.
This one got
Yeah.
pulled.
Yeah.
That one right there.
Yeah, this got pulled
Why?
for the dumbest freaking reason.
Because there's a devil on it.
No. Has
Fear?
nothing to do with the devil, had nothing to do with the girls or anything. I couldn't figure it out.
Is it
What
fear?
happened is originally up here it said parental advisory 18 plus to play on the arcade. apparently that got picked up in the algorithm, and that is a copyrighted logo.
Mm.
So I found out 2 days later. I was like, what the hell was on the image that was bad? I can't figure it out. Was it like the beer? Was it one of the girls? I had no idea. So instead I had to re-edit the image, and I put, if you look at the arcade, there's a sticker on it that says like I think 18 plus to play, and it looks like it's been someone had tried to start peeling it off.
Perfect.
But I did a lot of layering on this image, even so nobody would probably notice this, but the marquee, I made that marquee and then actually put a piece of glass over the marquee to try to give it a more realistic look. But that one sticker is on top of the glass.
Does it have tempered glass? Arcade tempered glass?
You have to get the shirt and find out.
Or does it just say it's
Hey,
tempered
will
glass?
the glass break by the time it gets
The
shipped?
glass should shatter into a million
Should it
pieces. if
shatter?
it's
Should
tempered
it
glass.
shatter?
Does it shatter, or will it crack?
God, that's enough of me shilling the merchandise. No, it
looks great, Brooklyn. I like your new merch.
Thanks.
Looks
I
good.
do
you did a good
try
job.
anything that I put out. I always try to make the best quality
Absolutely.
possible. If you get it and you don't like it, you can return it.
Yeah.
I think they let you pay in installments too, which is pretty cool.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I
sorry
have
about
t-shirts
whatever the
too,
pricing
Brooklyn.
and stuff on these. Like this site, like they're not like the other site where I lowered everything down to like next to nothing.
Yeah.
But so at least whatever for the price, I tried to make the stuff, as best quality as possible. And I will continue to be adding to it.
That's cool.
Any new Papa Brad merch for 2024, Brad?
Yeah, I got like a coach's jacket. It's pretty crazy.
Shotgun Sean's gonna buy the
Yeah,
ultimate
it's
shell.
like
I think I may have to get one of those too, Sean.
yeah.
We were
Yeah.
supposed to be on Shotgun Sean show
I know,
on
the
Tuesday,
community
but we
show.
had a terrible storm here in
And weather.
Pennsylvania.
I'm getting that right now, actually, outside. I got a
Sean
foot
lives
already.
like a little over an hour from me. But I know I'm familiar with his area, and I know over there it's like way more in the mountains, so trees and stuff coming down. He didn't have power, but
It's supposed to be like negative degrees.
I
coming up.
believe we'll reschedule. We'll be on with them with Rascal and Shotgun Sean this coming Tuesday.
Sweet.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. I always enjoy watching that show.
Yeah,
on
it's
Tuesday
a great
nights.
show.
Yeah, and your show on Thursday night, Brad. You guys have
thank
been, you guys have been just very consistent with that show.
Oh yeah.
And you could see like early on, a lot of people didn't even know about the channel. Now you guys are consistently pushing like 30 to 40 people that are just staying tuned in the whole night. So
Yeah, I love it.
yeah,
I love the
happy to see-
arcade talk show. It's been fun.
people enjoying the show.
Mhm.
I always look forward to Arcade Talk.
Well, thank you.
And then we get to see it again the next day on your channel.
I know.
You still
Brad
need to sell-
confuses the hell out of so many people
That's
because
right.
they don't know.
It's
Like you'll see,
Inception.
this show will be on Brad's channel.
Yeah, it'll be on my
tomorrow.
channel.
I love doing stuff
betcha.
on this channel
Oh.
just to make it way more difficult for Brad to put it on his
Oh,
channel
yeah,
because he
yeah,
has to edit it out.
Yeah.
I work for like hours and hours on intros and stuff, and then Brad cuts them all out.
Yep. Way they go.
And people think it's live. You see people interacting, like asking questions of the people on the panel.
You know what you should do, Brad? You need to sell a T-shirt that says "Rebradcast." You really
I know. I
The
do need to
rebroadcast.
make that.
I
Rebradcast.
think
The
it'll sell.
rebradcast. The
Yeah.
It would
rebradcast.
sell.
I do. I need one of
From
those.
Boston.
Well, at least Brad doesn't just like throw it up and have it
Yeah.
play. He's on there. He'll
Yeah,
invite
I mean-
people on, and he'll have conversations over the show. Sometimes you hear Brad
Yeah.
talking like 2 times. It gets so confusing.
Oh, I know. Well, we had T McCloskey jump in the last stream, so like it was like if you were watching, like it turned to live, So it's pretty cool.
That's why I call Brad the hardest working man in the home arcade community, because
Yeah.
every show he does, he literally does twice.
Hmm
I'll get
I
like
just do this shit. It's done. Turn off the lights, and
Yeah.
that's it.
right.
It's over.
It's so
I'm not
it's so
done.
nice. He's got
Enjoy.
to do it twice. Absolutely.
It's like, well, I'm gonna do the same show tomorrow.
I've got messages from people, and they're like, "You ignored me on Papa Brad's
Gotta
stream
give
and didn't
people what
answer
they
my
want."
question."
Brad's starting issues in the community. Like, I was asking you a question and you
I
just
was like, I
ignored
wasn't
me.
even on Papa Brad's channel.
Well, you
What are you
know,
talking about?
at Brooklyn, he's kind of stuck up. What can I say?
I love sometimes when I'm like, if I was on something with Brad and then hey, look, I'm on a show, but I'm not even doing anything. Like, but I'm on a show right now.
Hey. Yeah, I ran the Rcadians for a long time.
Screen time.
I've ran a show.
The Arcadians was a great time.
I mean, for a long time, we did a ton of episodes. So
Yeah.
I mean, I know what it is to do a show.
I was on the 4th ever episode of the Arcadians, and then I joined the show permanently on the 17th episode. And then we ran with it from there. We ran it as far as it can go, right, Brad?
Yeah, man.
That's right.
In my opinion, I would have still
to the bitter end.
I would have still been doing it. I don't care.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah, I
like,
still like the Arcade. There's nothing wrong with it. It's actually
Yeah.
better than it ever has been. But I mean, it's sad that there's no company anymore. But I mean, they made something good and it's useful now. So I mean, is what it is.
Still the centerpiece.
The sad part is like once they're gone, there'll be no more. There'll be less and less of them.
well, what's going to happen if people keep talking doom and gloom about Arcade 1-Up, and besides that, it really doesn't seem like they have anything going on right now or in the near future. And if they do, it's probably going to be the same thing that everybody already has. But that community seems to be thriving. Do you think? How long do you think channels that are exclusive to Arcade 1-Up can go if there is no more Arcade 1-Up?
Not
I have
very
an
long.
opinion on this.
Not very long.
I'll give mine first. My opinion is, why couldn't they keep going? Because when it comes down to it, this is just all about retro gaming, right? So it doesn't really matter what platform you play it on. If you're still having a good time doing it, right? You can, and even if the company doesn't exist anymore, why should that stop your good time? Yeah, you're gonna lose the excitement of not having any future products coming out, but you could still enjoy what you have with other people that love these games too, right?
Yeah.
But the people that are basically like the shills, so to speak, they have to have a new product to promote or a new
To
product
purchase.
in the box.
It's
We're
never coming
built
out of
around
beta.
buying something or building something. That's the hook. Rather than being built about playing games, which they don't do very often. It's not really built around buying stuff and building stuff and speculating for things that will never happen. I mean, it's just that's what it's all based around.
Those are but those are the type of videos that are going to bring in a lot more views. But I'm just saying, in general,
It's all
if you
built around
enjoy hanging out, doing a live stream with other people that enjoy this too, what does it matter if
Doesn't
nothing
matter.
new is
You're
coming
right.
out?
It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Honestly, I'm not really interested.
It's a different story
Enough
with stuff
anymore,
like
really.
ad games, because you get one of those with the intention that you're going to be able to pretty much add whatever you want to it. And they seem to be pretty consistent, putting out like new tables for the pinball. And I already have what, 200 on there.
I love the pinball. Love
Yeah,
it.
the pinball's great.
The only thing with the pinball, I think, Brad, you're figuring this out, is how do you film it? You
gotta put like a octopus kind of looking stand above it, and nothing
how many
touches it.
cameras do you have to have? Like three?
One on your face, one on the play field, one on the
you
back
gotta
box.
have one. Yeah, you gotta have one.
Then on top of that, you got to be worried about your room lighting because you can't have any lights in the ceiling shooting down on the glass.
Glare.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, let me tell you. But it's cool.
Cornicade is here.
Uh-huh.
Cornicade just got the Atari 50. I watched him put that together in his home arcade. And then
Nice.
he,
It did look like they were real happy.
Yeah,
his wife did not know what to think about it.
There's not a bunch of joy.
Yeah, the edit
Well-
I saw on that weekly What Up show was that he said a bunch of bad crap
Cornicade,
about
have
it.
you since found anything on there that you're having fun with? We'll see. Wait for him to
Yes,
answer in the chat.
Let's
or
go.
is it buyer's remorse?
Look, I have the 12-1 right behind me. You know,
I have the
and
Tempest. I like it.
I will never get rid
Centipede
of
right
that.
there, right there.
I'll keep it till the motherboard goes out. But I mean, but I do like the Tempest cab that I have.
I'm always afraid every time I turn mine on. You know, like
Yeah.
Arcade One Up always gives you that little psych. It gives you like a couple of
Well,
seconds
well,
before
well,
the
Yeah,
logo
it's
well,
like,
kicks in.
is it gonna
well,
work?
Work,
well,
work,
you
work, please.
may notice one of my arcade one-ups is missing. It's no longer behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
Which one is that? Which
Was
one?
it Blitz?
Which one? Yeah. Blitz is no longer with us.
What
And-
happened
and-
with it?
Yeah.
So what happened
It got
was,
blitzed?
yeah, it got blitzed. So what
Mhm.
happened is, one morning I just woke up, walked down the hallway. I see the marquees lit and everything because like all my arcades were on, and there was no football on the screen there. And I'm like, okay. So anyway, long story short, the monitor was gone because the audio, the game loaded up and everything, buttons still work because you could hear it through the audio, right, when you turn the game on and everything. But yeah, the monitor is kaput. So I ended up selling it for $100 on Facebook Marketplace, as is, and I
So
got
someone will
$100.
fix it.
And someone will
Steps,
fix it.
there's a question in the chat that I think would be good for you to answer.
Yes, I did change out the buttons. I used HAP competition buttons though, not Sanwa buttons.
What's the diameter?
The diameter of the buttons, I don't know. I know the
Oh.
diameters of the wires. I did have to get different wires and
Mhm.
adapters. It's in my video. If you want to see the
for
video
the DRS?
on my channel, I could put a link if I can
Yeah,
find
throw a
it.
link in the chat room.
Yeah, because you totally redid all the buttons. And did you do the joystick too?
I didn't change the joysticks.
Just the
'cause I think
buttons.
his joysticks are better, to be honest.
Yeah.
I have a ton of Sanwa sticks. I could have done that. His joysticks. I just thought with the gate switcher and everything was.
If
Better.
you
Yeah,
you are
they
gonna
work good.
change the buttons, just prepare to have like a hair dryer. And
Well, it's all in
because
this
my
video.
my buttons were glued, and there was like speculation back and forth. Are they glued? Are they not glued? Mine were
They're glued.
Steps. I
Glued.
showed you, like you were able to see the little bead of glue. I didn't have any intention of changing the buttons, but what happened is my A button, the button that you're going to use the most, came loose, was out of the box. It was loose and wiggling. So every time I would have hit it, that button would have been shaking around. So I was like, all right, no problem. So I go to turn the nut on the bottom to tighten it. I can't turn the freaking thing,
Yeah.
no matter what.
So the HAP comp buttons are a little bit. I think they're not as wide as the Sanwa, but the buttons. Some people do say they come off easy, but I had a couple that came off easy too. But the problem is, Glenn confirmed to me, and I had a conversation with Glenn that they use blue Loctite on all the buttons. So I did use a hair dryer. A couple of them I did get off with a wrench,
The
but
hair dryer works.
the hair dryer was just way
easy.
better.
Yeah, a couple of seconds with the hair dryer, I was able to
Melts the
tighten
glue.
it up,
Yeah.
and it's good to go.
Mhm.
So it's not like you can't change them out, but you want to make
Right.
sure that you have the
probably
right
just gonna leave
size replacement.
Yeah, I
buttons
didn't
that are
do
gonna
anything
fit.
to it. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
I
just feel
yeah,
like
you
it's
spend all this money and you're like,
it's not worth
freaking-
it, you know,
yeah, you
for
can
me.
screw shit up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I adapted to it pretty quick.
Yeah, Ichabod adds
The buttons on it are good anyway. I just was playing on it this tonight. They're fine. I like.
Ichabod, man, you need to jump on this second pre-order. I'm telling you, because
Well, you get the trackball and the spinner, that alone,
yeah,
and the gate switcher. I mean, all the stuff.
The
you get
gate
is just
switcher
like a game
alone.
changer.
if
Oh,
it
that's
only
big.
had the
Game
gate
changer.
switcher, that was
If you-
worth the purchase alone. Because there were games that I'd have so many issues with trying to hit
The
ladders,
controls,
stuff
yeah.
like Burger Time. You know, now no issue.
Pac-Man. Now since you can play everything, all the games that had a 4-way gate games like Pac-Man, you need to have that 4-way gate.
How,
Absolutely.
Hap buttons are Suzo Hap competition buttons are the buttons you would typically see in an arcade in the 90s on most machines. Now, if you're using it playing a shmup on a what you call it, a candy cab, those most likely are using Sanwa buttons. So if you're going to use Sanwa buttons, you're probably going to have to make the holes in the deck wider, which might be a challenge because everything on Glenn's deck is very compact.
There's a lot going on in it.
Yeah. I think if you were going to play mostly shmups, well, I play shmups on mine a lot. I love shmups, and I use Cherry micro switches.
Dude, he's talking about the 4-way, the plastic gate. Dude, this is way better.
You just spit out your drink. What?
Yeah.
He also asked about Arcade One if they went out of business with the game still play online, and the answer is
all over those fancy lights you just bought.
The answer is some of them may still work online, like Killer Instinct is hosted by
God, he made me choke on my beer.
But a lot of them won't though. A lot of them will go away. They'll go away. If Arcade One Up goes out of business, you won't be able to play those games online anymore. It's over with.
And I don't know where they're hosted, but I do know most of the programming they contract out is over in China somewhere. So I don't, who knows?
Here's a question: can you take the buttons off of your original controller and just move them over?
I would think so. I didn't try, but I would think so. I like those buttons a little bit better personally. I thought for some generic buttons they were really good. I did enjoy them for the most part.
Ichabod, you better jump on that pre-order, man.
Ichabod does need to get the pre-order because that trackball alone is worth it. It's nice. I don't even have sending guns yet, and I could get them, but the deck's been worth it without the sending guns. Yeah. And the sending guns are just gonna be bonus.
Yeah, this might be the last run too. I mean, like the first
run was supposed to be
the first one was supposed to be the last run, but a lot of people still wanted to get it, so they did a second run. But after this, man, it's just I don't know if he's going to make them anymore.
The other thing would be is that if he has the black and orange iArcade, he probably does not need to get any art to put. He's not going to have to take it all apart, put art on it for it to match. Because I have mine with no art because I have the Retromania. It's black and red. It looks great. I think that where he's sitting with that black and orange one, it'd be fine without having to do all that extra work.
Steps. I have art for mine. I have art, but I don't want to take it all apart. I literally bought the art. I watched your video, and I was like, as much as I would love to have this Dragon's Lair art on that Glenn's deck, it's like I'm not taking it apart. It just seems too complicated.
You have to take everything apart.
Everything. Even the headphone jack and stuff. I mean, you have to take everything apart. I mean, you're talking. That's a major project. And then the buttons are wired differently too. They're not wired like the other arcades I'm used to.
Okay, is Hidden Gems Retro Indie Gamer? Is that Cuddles?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
He's 58.
I read his comments. I'm like, that's got to be Cuddles.
He changes his name every week.
Yeah,
I know it's him.
He's like, Sendin's dated. It's like, well, the point of playing the iArcade or a home arcade a lot of times is to play dated arcade games.
All right, so he wants to steer this into my other passion, VR. So he wants me to answer.
Yeah, I still. Well, can we say one thing about the Sendin? I still love playing Operation Wolf and on the iArcade. I love the games that we did get. They were fun.
So my experience playing Operation Wolf on PSVR 2, I felt like, I'm not saying it was I think playing like shooting games in VR definitely trumps even Sendin. It's just way better because you're there. Operation Wolf, I felt like it was a good game, but it has no replay value on the VR version. The arcade version, you could keep score chasing, but it was, I kind of had a good time. I picked it up the night it came out, did a full playthrough that night, beat it in a couple of hours. And other than the campaign, man, they tease you in that game because in the main menu, they have an Operation Wolf cabinet sitting right there.
Right
but
there.
they don't let you do anything
They'll
with
let
it.
you play
It's
it.
like, come on, man. Let us play the cabinet. It's right there in VR. That would be so cool.
It's so
So
unfair.
I felt like the Operation Wolf VR was a little bit of a cash grab, but not a terrible game. But for the price, not worth. It doesn't have much replay value. Now, there is a VR game called Crisis Brigade 2. That is amazing. Great light gun style arcade game in VR. I would highly recommend that one. And there's a bunch more. VR is a
such a
different
backlog.
world than arcades because you're there. You're in the freaking game.
Is there a VR game I could like play where I could just like think that I went fishing all day?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I have
right.
one where you can go fishing all around the world.
There's a
And
realistic one.
and the fish that you
Yep.
catch when you go back to your cabin, you have a gigantic fish tank, and you could put the fish in there. You know, yeah, and the places that you go are photorealistic too, and you can go there
Yeah,
with
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
like you could just meet up with your friends and just hang out, chat, and fish. I don't even like fishing, but for some reason that fishing in VR is a lot of fun. You can spend hours in there.
They need to remake that old computer game Phantasmagoria in VR. That would be insane.
They made Seventh Guest.
Yeah.
Brooklyn was
The
playing that.
VR
the other night.
this year is just off the chain. The stuff that's coming out, the stuff that was released at the end of the year, like
Got like
Ice Gods
19
Wrath
games.
2.
in my
Sega
backlog.
Bass Fishing.
19
yeah.
games in my backlog, and there's a game coming on the
Freaking
25th.
Dreamcast had that fishing rod. I have that fishing rod
Underdogs, a robot mech fighting game.
controller. For the Dreamcast,
Oh.
I have the fishing controller.
It's
That is
available
gonna
on
be good.
Xbox too, Sega Bass Fishing. It keeps suggesting that to me, and that fighting game that Cuddles kept pushing.
Final Vendetta?
No, the
What's it called? Final Vendetta or something like that?
the Final Vendetta is a beat 'em up, I think.
Oh,
There was a
okay.
fighting game that was really weird. It was like a 90s style fighting game.
Yeah, I got
Would it
that
be
one.
VR?
I can't remember.
No,
Pat-
no,
Pat-
no, no, no. It's an indie game.
I'm
Indie
talking
fighting
about
game.
Quest. I'm talking about PSVR 2, Quest 3. I have them all. I play mostly Quest 3 and PlayStation VR 2.
Verdict
Guilty. That's it. That's the
If
one.
I'm playing,
Verdict
I'm
Guilty.
usually streaming, so you
Nice.
can catch it here on this channel. But Cuddles and I mean, look out for it. I don't know when it's coming, but we are filming a show together. That's going to be like a very professional looking show.
Is
Not going to be
that-
StreamYard. We're going to do
Has
some.
anybody? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we have something coming up. You know about my show that I announced last year, Reality Sucks. So I have to do at least one episode. So on the first one, Cuddles and I are gonna do that one together. And because we want to talk about a hidden gem called Barbaria on the PlayStation VR 2 and a
game
few
looks
other
nice.
things. I was so happy that Cuddles was like one of the only ones that picked up that game, and now it has become like pretty much his favorite VR game. What
I
is
was gonna
Brad doing?
ask, has anybody tried the Microsoft Game Pass games that are on for MetaQuest, or is there a very good list yet?
That
or-
is basically, you're not getting VR, but you can sit there and have a virtual screen as big as you want. And
Yeah.
you can even if you want to see your room and just place it anywhere, you could sit
Yeah.
down and you could
Place
play.
it on the wall.
I
Yeah.
remember that, man.
It's a Dreamcast fishing controller,
I
man.
remember that controller. But
Listen
yeah,
to it. Listen to the sound. Brings you back.
I bet you that thing goes for like $500 on eBay. Now I'm gonna look.
Look, it's got a little controller. These things are awesome.
That's got to go for a fortune.
Yeah, don't break it. Don't break it.
There it is, man.
Actually, it's not going for that bad. I thought that got to be rare.
They weren't that expensive. I don't think
Well,
they're that
they
expensive.
probably do break the parts with wear
Yeah.
over time.
it's
If people
supposed-
just toss them in the drawers and stuff, and like they would just break.
new in box, they're $100.
Yeah. But when you're playing the Sega Bass Fishing, man, when you're playing the fishing games on the Dreamcast, this thing was awesome.
There's two fishing games on the Dreamcast too. There's the Sega
That-
Bass Fishing and the Sega Marine Fishing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a couple games.
Steps. Hopefully, one day you will get VR. I would think the Meta 3 would be a great starting point for you. You'd be extremely happy with it.
That would be the way I'd have to go because I don't
Yeah.
plan on getting a PlayStation. It's just that
Oh,
plus
yeah.
the VR. It's too expensive, and I kind of really enjoy my Xbox. So I'm like,
Yeah,
that would
and
be
if you
my
already have a
plus three.
PC, most VR games will run on most PCs nowadays.
Shout out to Video Game Vegas.
So you've got that option to get like the PC version of all your Meta games. You get it for free, like all the games you buy through Meta. You get the PC version through the Meta store, and then you
I'm
got
not
the
really-
Steam library.
I don't really mess with PC VR as much.
No, because you
Yeah,
want the
I just didn't-
standalone. Yeah,
Yeah, I just want to put it on and go.
No
and
wires.
but that's why I'm so happy. That's why I was saying earlier that VR is just like this year. It's just the end of last year and into this year. It's just killing it, man. Like I'm just blown away by the fact that they managed to push out a game like Asgard's Wrath 2 on a standalone headset. Like I go into that game and I don't want to leave. I just want to be in that
Yeah.
world. Like hours go in minutes.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
That's
the
the one.
Walkabout Golf.
I got
Is still
all-
my favorite. Walkabout Golf is my favorite game still.
Walkabout is like one of the best social games. It's so great.
great.
hanging
Oh, yeah.
out. There's
It's
so
just so
much
relaxing.
content for it. Yeah.
You know, playing the golf courses and stuff. It never gets old. I mean,
And
I
a
love
lot
it.
of people don't tune in, Brad, but they don't realize like we've played with so many people, you know?
Yeah, it's great.
We play. It's like we'll get the Rexer
It's like you're
show.
there. It's like you're
Kev
there.
Brett.
We were
Rexer
in a
started
submarine.
watching.
We had a submarine adventure.
Rexer would pop in on my VR streams, and then he wound up, he didn't. His problem with VR was he had a bad experience years ago.
Mhm.
He got like motion
Sickness. Yeah, that's
So,
what I thought would happen to me. I was
he
like,
was
that's what's
concerned.
keeping me away from doing it. You know, I
But
was like,
he would
man,
usually pop in, check out my VR streams. Kev Grant and I had got together when the PSVR 2 first came out, and we started playing stuff together. Then we started this whole golf thing, and it just grew, and more people joined. Then finally, Rexer got a VR headset. He joined in, and yeah, we stream it all live on this channel. Most people don't tune in for the VR stuff, but man, we have such a great time regardless.
it's fun.
yeah, I'm not paying $3,500 for an Apple Vision Pro VR.
No, you don't
No,
need
that's
to. No,
crazy.
It's not. It's not necessary. It's not-
The
it-
comment says you need to get the new Apple Vision Pro VR. I'm like, no, I can't afford that. Nope.
Yeah. The biggest shill. What troll account is that?
The biggest
That's
show.
hilarious, though. It's hilarious. It's got a big sombrero.
Whoever it is, thank you anyway. Sure, it's somebody that's blocked in the channel.
The bigger sombrero you have, the bigger shill you are.
Yes.
That's right. Then if you're not an imposter, send a super chat.
Yeah, I love VR. Usually I'd be playing tomorrow, but tomorrow I'll be doing the Ichabod show. The only analog show on YouTube. See, that's the only show I do where I actually have to drive over an hour to go be on it.
It's
But
all
it's always
work.
cool hanging out with Ichabod.
He has a wheel, a real wheel, not a virtual wheel.
Oh yeah, no, everything
he has
is real.
he has a wheel with markers, and he
There
draws
is
on it.
there is no digital. The only time there's digital stuff
When
is
you play the
when I'm
games.
there.
Yeah.
When I show up,
Mhm.
I'll do digital. But yeah, everything with him is done old school style. But that's what I like about it. I think there should be I'm not sure, but there might be 4 of us on there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hopefully that samurai guy is there. I haven't met him yet. All right. Everybody seems all of a sudden in shock. Is everyone like focused on the chat?
I'm just watching what's happening. I'm just watching what's
I'm
happening.
paying
Read
attention
the
to the
chat.
chat room. I'm trying.
I
Yeah,
guy
same here.
dancing in a sombrero.
Yeah, who's the sombrero guy?
We
Was it
got
just-
Jason.
was
Jason,
it
It's
the
the
camel
biggest
root
show.
in his
What are you
shirt
talking about?
the biggest,
Biggest
shell.
show.
Yeah.
It's Probably one of two people, but it's
Yeah,
the
it's
biggest
one of two
show, so
people. You
that's
know
all
who
that
it is.
matters. Welcome, the biggest show. Yeah, we're happy to have you here. Look at everyone else is so fucking frazzled by that. Like, oh shit, there's a sombrero. It's got to be somebody.
It's Speedy
Somebody's here to
Gonzalez.
do something bad.
Oh, yeah,
Don't
nobody,
worry
nobody,
about it. It's
nobody,
okay.
nobody wears a sombrero that big. it's
It's
God.
look,
it's
every
us.
biggest show
They're
wears a sombrero.
overcompensating for something.
No, you're fine, biggest show. Welcome. Enjoy the chat room.
No, we're just teasing.
Even
you.
if you're someone that's blocked on this channel, look at my numbers of live viewers. I'm happy to have anybody here. Just anyone that shows up, it's good.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be playing games tonight. I mean, I hope we can keep talking. I hope everyone has not all of a sudden is like completely focused
No,
in
I'm
on
good,
who the
man.
biggest shill is. But
It's you.
hey,
Yeah,
my hands are up. It's not me. But we're going to be playing on our Atari game stations that we all have tonight. And I posted 4 games in a poll in the chat room. I can actually put this up too so you can see the selection.
Poll.
I got together with everyone before we started, of course, last minute. And these are the games that we came up with. Alien Brigade on the Atari 7800, which a lot of people aren't familiar with. It's something that I just found. Millipede on the
Nice,
5800, that was Brad's choice.
And that is
Liberator Arcade,
a
my
deep
choice.
cut.
And Food Fight Arcade was also Brad's choice. So the chat room has been voting, and they can continue to vote on the game that we are going to play against each other tonight on our Atari game stations.
Woo!
Yeah, so keep voting in the chat room. I already know Food Fight's going to win.
Yeah, Samurai Bob. That's the guy. Samurai Bob is not the Terminator. Ichabod Crane says.
Between me being there, Samurai Bob, PK, and Ichabod, it literally looks like the cast of an 80s beat 'em up game. But it should be a fun show. And Ichabod, I have since I was last there, I easily have over 100 more games to load you up with. Last time I was there, I dropped 600 games on this cabinet.
Wow.
I can't wait to do that with the Viper board. Got all these games.
And you know what was so stupid, Brad? I tried to do it all in one shot.
Yeah.
I was like, let's test this out.
Damn, those games
I
got
gotta
his
be
throat.
honest.
More games.
I don't care if I mess up mine because it's mine.
Yeah.
I was freaking
Worried,
nervous as hell when I was playing with his because I was so concerned.
Yours.
Yeah.
It's one thing if it's your own thing.
Yeah, I was so concerned that I would do something to mess it up because I do know how much he loves that arcade. He gets so much enjoyment out of it. And
He loves it.
if I would have done something to mess it up, man, I would have had to give him one of mine.
Yeah.
But
we got them all now.
fortunately,
We got all the
everything
arcade games. We got all the arcade games for days.
you know how sometimes you're pushing games and it just gets locked?
Yep.
Yeah. And then just one game, one big game that I tried to push on there, it just kept screwing up. And I was like, please, when I reboot this, please turn back on. Don't break. But
Oh yeah,
it's all good.
you can put that on there. Ninja Baseball Batnik. I probably could play on the Game Station Pro. I'm sure we could try to do that.
Possibly. I haven't done
I don't
anything.
know.
I literally got my Game Station Pro, updated the firmware, put it back in the box. Tonight, took it out, have it all hooked up and ready to go for outplay. But yeah, let the chat room keep voting. So far, it looks like Food Fight is in the lead. Food Fight, the arcade version.
What does updating the firmware do?
A lot.
Fixes the menu system. All kinds of stuff. In Centipede, it puts the aspect ratio to arcade instead of stretched. But mainly, it's most important when you put a memory card into it. If it helps make the file system work better. You could speak on that, Nix.
Yeah, absolutely. With that firmware update, it allows you to make your own folders. So you can organize all the games and the systems to your liking on the memory card. So it's and then you just navigate it in and out, and it's fantastic. Yeah.
Will this
Well,
recognize other controllers then?
Yeah, yes, it does.
Yeah.
When I plug in the PS5 controller, it recognizes it. The buttons work.
Everything just works.
select
It all just works.
It all just works. That's
Just
the
works.
menu.
There's
That's the
nothing
menu
to it.
button for the to put you in the menu to go back out to select games. You just hit the PlayStation home button, and then yeah, it's good to
So
go.
I have the 2600 plus, which I love. You know, I have 2 cartridges for it, each with a couple of games. I feel that out of all the Atari products, that feels the most authentic when
Yeah.
you play it.
Yeah, for
I have
sure.
the Game Station,
Of the
which
newer
again I
things.
don't have a lot of time with, but I'll start messing with it. And I have the VCS. VCS is not being used for the show. It's hooked up permanently downstairs on my big screen TV. What a nightmare getting that thing set up.
Yeah, it's a journey.
Holy crap. Dude,
You gotta flash the firmware. It's a journey.
if you don't have any kind of like technical know-how in messing with this
it
stuff,
could be tough.
you basically would, your new gift that you got for the holidays would just be like a freaking paperweight. Because out of the box, because who knows those things, how long they were sitting there in the factory, the firmware is back way too far. So when you hook it up, it cannot upgrade to the new firmware, and you can't create an account. You just get stuck in an endless loop. So you have to create
There
a
you go,
flash
Sep.
drive. You got to create a flash drive, okay? So you have to know how to do that. You got to follow YouTubers that will teach you how to do it, and then you put that in, boot it with the flash drive, and then it will update it to one of the newer firmwares. So then you can actually create an account, and then it can start updating itself. But that's insane, because most people just think they're gonna pick something up, set it up, and be ready to go. I was like, all right, cool. I'm home early. I'm setting this up today. I'm gonna get some time to chill out, play on this thing. Dude, it was 5 hours later before I had that thing up. The second I got it up, everybody's home, and I got no time to mess with it. So, but my thoughts on the VCS is for as long as it's been out, it's been out 4 to 5 years now. Like, the library is, if you're getting it with the intention of playing like indie retro games, there's not a lot of choices on there. If you're getting it with the intention of playing Atari stuff, yes, it's good. But you do have to configure your stick. Like, I went to play Black Widow, and I'm doing the dual stick, and nothing's happening. Because by default, they don't even have it set up to play dual stick. And it's a dual stick game. But at least I figured out you can go in and configure it. But the indie retro stuff is very light on that, especially for as many years as that thing has been out.
You got a request from Corner
Good
Kid.
news is our friends from Ettensoft are working on getting Circus Interstellar onto the VCS. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll definitely support them and pick it up on there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I love it. I mean, that's just me, though. I mean, I love the VCS.
Plays so good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't.
I like.
I don't
It's
love
real.
it.
It's really. It's just meant to be a tribute to Atari. I mean,
But Brad,
just-
you got it. You had issues. You couldn't even buy games.
Oh,
They
I know.
finally
I'm
fixed
not. I'm
that.
not saying it's perfect. I'm saying, like, now that I have the games on it, I am enjoying it. But you're right. It's not going to be your main console. It's a very niche. It's a very niche product.
Yeah.
It's really. I mean, it's playing the recharge games and a few of the homebrews. If you're into Atari homebrew games and a couple of indie games, but you're right, it's a very small library. I mean,
I plan on getting the recharge games when they're on sale. I plan on getting that new version of Hero.
look at the Streets of Rage. Look how many variants of Streets of Rage. You want Simpsons Streets of Rage?
Simpsons.
Look at that.
It's a ROM hack.
Look at all this.
hack.
I know.
Yeah, like if you get an Atari VCS,
Steps.
plan
All
on
the goodness.
exactly like
It's the
Vince V said
Genesis.
in the chat. Plan on a huge pain in the ass. Don't think you're gonna just hook it up and it's gonna work. It's not gonna work. You're gonna get
Genesis?
caught in an endless loop, and you're gonna
NES?
have to do some research on YouTube, make a flash drive. Once you do all that, you're good to go.
Oh. And then as
What
easy
the
as
fuck
just
is going on here, Brad?
bang.
Brad, all I
What?
hear is click, 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 click,
Look
click.
at this.
What? I'm just trying to show that
You're
like
distracted.
I have the solution to
play a
this.
few
Here we go.
games.
From now on, this is my damn show. Let them click around and make all kinds of noise. Holy crap!
I wasn't doing that.
I know. All right, so Steps isn't doing it. There we go, Steps.
Yeah, okay, awesome.
I
Hey,
can sit
hey,
back.
let's go. It was
They're
requested.
missing
right.
the games
Let's
go.
list. They're missing all the games that they're missing out on.
That was
Holy
a
crap!
quarter
This is like the
cake.
most ADD home arcade show.
quarter K wanted a let's go. from
Yeah, you
Brooklyn.
love it.
So you owe quarter K to Let's
Man.
Go, Brooklyn.
Can you imagine if
Let's
you
go,
could play?
Cornucade.
How about some arcade games?
Cornucade, I had Let's Go in the opening of my show before you even had a show.
Yeah, I
so
gotta figure out how to do that to get them.
You'll be hearing from the Friday Night Arcade Show
Arcade
lawyers.
games.
We want money every time he says "Let's go."
I got all these arcade
Good
games.
luck with that.
The only thing I don't like about that, Brad, is why can't you have it where you can just pick the game by seeing like the cover art? Can you do that, or is that the only way to go through it?
$55, Brooklyn. $55.
Yeah, I know.
Hopefully in a firmware update they might add that.
I mean,
you know,
$55. I'm gonna say
We'll
one
see.
more time. I mean, for the money, you
55
can't
bucks.
touch this mug. You
Yeah.
can't touch it, man. It plays these arcade games like a champ.
What the hell is going on with Atari? Like, I'm
It's
literally
good
getting,
emulation. That's the
getting
thing.
emails
That's,
every day with new
this thing
products.
this thing is so good.
the
They announced that
emulation is
new
good.
mini today of like an old Atari computer.
Yeah, like
doing
they're
the
making
mini.
moves this year. The Atari, yeah.
I got some
Making
shit
moves.
from G
Making
Fuel.
moves.
Has like Atari has also linked up with them,
Mhm.
and they have some like Atari box with
You got
G
the whole
Fuel in it.
libraries here, man, of a lot of these things, man.
I mean,
Atari is just
what's
like linking up with everybody.
Everything.
what's the market for an Atari 400 computer mini? I mean, what's the market for that really?
No, I'm not. I have no.
Papa Brad,
interest.
Papa Brad's the market. I'm getting
It'll
one.
look, it'll look
You know
cool on
I'm
your
getting
counter
that.
steps.
What?
Dude, it
It'll
has
look cool on
Bruce
the
Lee on it. It has
Holy
one
crap.
of my favorite computer games of all time is Bruce Lee, and
Brad's
it comes on
eating
it.
the mic.
Oh
That's
my
Bruce Lee
god, you
on
gotta be the
Yeah, I love
only
that.
person.
I don't think so. I don't think I'm the
No?
only person.
Yeah, but you already have Bruce Lee on probably 50 other things.
No, actually, I could play it on my at games, but it'll be cool playing it. I mean, I like it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get.
Well, they're gonna
100%.
let you plug a USB into that too.
And you'll be able to put all those computer games on there. I mean, this is the way, open and connected. Yeah, it also, you want a fancy menu, hit 2 buttons, and look how quick it went back to it. I mean, I'm a fan of good emulation, and this thing is dirt cheap. For what it can do, it's dirt cheap. Now, is it the most, it's not the most powerful machine, but I mean, for retro stuff, it's fine. It's great.
Yeah, but what it does for $50 and these,
For 50,
controllers,
60 bucks.
it's really cool.
I mean,
And-
wireless controllers.
Our friend of the show, the Rexer show, was over at CES, and he actually visited the. Did you see all this new stuff Atari has coming out? Like they have brand
It's
new
crazy.
controllers
All kind of
coming out
stuff.
for this. They actually fixed the
tabletop?
button configuration. They're
They're putting a number pad, like so if you play the 5200 games, if they bake that into the emulator, you'll actually be able to use the number pad to select
Star
the
Raiders
games.
had that. I remember
then you
Star
have
What do you
Buy
think
the
of
whole
their?
thing
What do you
again,
think of
right?
their countertop arcades?
I think it's a hit and miss. I'm gonna tell you why. As an emulation device, it should have 6 buttons. With the 4 buttons, it limits the games. But I mean, that's the only thing I would have changed, really. I'm playing the arcade games right now on this Game Station Pro, and they're not bad. But you can run the Capcom fighting games, no problem.
So
I'm not getting one,
Mm.
but if I did, it would be the larger one.
Yeah, me too.
And by me looking at that,
Needs to have more neon.
do you think that this is like either their step in the door to, and then by next year they'll be pushing out like these 3/4 cabinets, or do you think that the one that's already there, it seems like if you look at it, that they could potentially make a base for it, and that you could set that countertop into? Don't you think? By the way it looks,
Well,
are
I
you talking
agree.
about My Arcade still?
yeah, all this Atari stuff coming out.
Like I like they just came out with the Game Station Pro like within the last couple months. They're like, we got a new version coming out. And I'm like, what? I have to buy another one? Or is
If anything, I wouldn't get a new
No.
one. Just get
No, but here's the thing. I think it's going to be
one of the new
compatible with what you
controllers.
got. It's like if you got if you got 2 more controllers, you could play 4-player Warlords.
so could
with the
I
paddles.
buy just the controller? Do I have
Yes,
to
they're
buy
going to
another-
sell they're going to sell just the controllers. They're going to sell the unit. They're going to sell a portable version. They're going to have all kind of cool stuff. Like this whole thing is just a really dirt cheap emulation system. I mean,
Well, it's really $100. These are the ones that we got for 55.
no one.
returned.
Who do you know that paid $100 for theirs? Okay, I'm going to
Nobody.
ask you an honest
Nobody.
question. Do you know any soul that paid $100 for their Game Station Pro? I rest my
don't.
case. Most
don't.
people pay between $50 to $60.
Yeah.
Maybe as much as 80, but no
I think
more
the
than
controllers
that.
are pretty awesome.
I mean, for
It's
the
got-
money, the controllers alone and the emulation.
So the spinner, you can't just spin it freely, but you know what? I forgot because it's been so many years since I've been on a actual Atari paddle control. You couldn't spin those freely
You couldn't
either.
spin those. They're paddles.
So they
They're
actually
not
kept
spinners.
it
They're
authentic.
paddles.
The only weird thing is the B button placement and this trigger.
Yeah,
That's gonna kind of like you would really have to get used to that.
yeah. Well,
But,
that's why
on
they
the, on the new
redid
ones they're
it.
putting the buttons
Mhm.
all
In a row.
all down the side.
It's gonna be good.
I like the way they light up.
What did the original Atari controller have? Did it have a button on
One
the
button.
top of the joystick? Oh, it only had
Yeah.
one button.
What
Okay.
where the A button
I'll
is?
show you one steps.
It's all that it has. I can go get one out of the other room, but I have to get up. But just where the A button is all that they would have.
Yeah, I'm knocking
That-
my mic all over the place.
I've never seen a button on top of a joystick before. That was kind of weird.
You know what this would be great for is playing like those tank games where like you're shooting.
breaking the whole fucking room. It shows steps to
Zaxxon would be good for this button.
Here's steps. Let me show you now that I knocked everything over.
There you go. That's an Atari
Okay.
joystick.
They always would break too because the ring inside was a piece of plastic. So if you played it rough, that plastic would the ring would always snap and you'd have to go in and try to fix it. But this is actually one of the modern ones. I think that I think it's probably made of material inside that won't snap.
Those will work with the old Atari too, won't they? The new one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
so.
everything's compatible with the Atari 2600 Plus.
Well, I mean, it'll
You
work
can
with the
run it-
Atari 2600 regular, won't it?
Yeah, it's the same thing. You can use the old paddles with the 2600. All the accessories work. It's the same ports and everything.
They got so many different devices doing the exact same thing now. That's what's
Mhm.
kind of weird.
It's a little different. There's differences between them. I mean, for me, like you get the 2600 Plus if you're an Atari collector and you have a bunch of cartridges. If you just want to play retro games, you want to sit on your sofa and play some games every once in a while that are these old games. I mean, this Game Station Pro is a little powerhouse, man. I bought this expecting to kind of give a negative review, and it surprised me actually. I was surprised how good it was. I'll be very honest. I was totally expecting to, because My Arcade, let's face it, they've not had I always see them in Walmart. I mean, to me, this is the first product they made that really impressed me, honestly.
They're definitely stepping up. It seems like Atari is like really wants to get their foot in like the home arcade market.
Mhm.
And I think eventually they're going to be there. I mean, there was speculation in what's that channel? Is it John Hates Everything? He did. Did I say that right, Brad? He featured you and
Yeah,
Steps on his channel over
yeah,
Christmas when he did
yeah.
like the naughty or nice list. That's a great channel.
It is a good
Seems
channel.
like a
I
real
always watch all his
intelligent guy.
videos when it comes on my stream.
Has an
James, does James
absolutely-
hate
dude,
everything?
Yeah,
James
there
hates
it
it.
is. I'm sorry, I
James.
said John. Yeah,
Yeah.
James Hates Everything.
James hates everything.
Has an
Yeah, he's
amazing
cool.
game room. Like the guy has like some really cool collectibles in there, huge collection. But he's really smart, and he did a kind of like a speculation video that he thinks Atari is going to invest into Arcade One Up, bail them out, and then maybe eventually have a bigger part. Eventually, maybe take over. Who knows? But it made a lot of sense to me,
You never know.
and it seems legit because they're like dipping their toes in a lot of different, retro inspired content.
Did you know though
Yeah,
that
for sure.
Namco
That makes sense.
Namco at CES has their very own new version of Class of '81 that they have at CES that they're going to sell. That's actually made by Bandai Namco, and it's loaded with like 33 games, and it looks like a real legit like Class of '81.
That's cool.
And apparently though that it's going for like $3,000.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was liking these new candy cabs coming out, but again, you get them, and there's nothing to play on it. You have to.
No, it's
do
all do
that
it yourself.
yourself.
It's still
Yeah.
do it yourself for the most part.
But they are blurring the lines now
Mhm.
of home arcade to actual arcade products. Like it's starting to get to that point. So we'll see. We'll see what happens down the road. For me, makes no difference because I have no intentions of getting anything else. I'm happy with what I have. I got rid of everything that I don't use, and now I have everything that I use. So I'm still curious of stuff coming out, and we'll be excited to see, any other people that pick it up and put out video reviews on it. I'll definitely be there day one watching it and checking it out. But for me, I'm kind of happy where I'm at. What about you, Brett? Do you have, besides all these little Atari products that
Yeah,
really don't take up much space?
Yeah, I'm waiting for an At Games pinball, so that's the next thing I'm adding to my arcade. So
Now, are you going to get rid of your original pinball? Or
I really have not decided yet. I mean, honestly, I think I'm gonna wait till I have it in my hands and then make the decision. But I haven't decided yet. I kind of love my ALP. I've slowly bought all the game packs as they came out, and I have every game on it. And I like it. I like just having all the choices. When I turn it on, I have hundreds of pinball machines to choose from. So
yeah,
it's kind of tough because if I sell it,
we don't
it's
talk
already
about
paid
pinball.
for.
It's not that we don't love it, but we're of the thought that if we want to play pinball, we'll go to an arcade and play.
Go
pinball.
to a real arcade and play.
Spending, like, I'm not against it. Like, if you have big house and have a big space and you want to have like one beautiful centerpiece in your basement or something, 100%. If I can do it, I would definitely want to have. I'm a huge Godzilla fan, so I would want to have a Godzilla pinball machine. But here's the thing with that, like, you're getting into like craziness. Every one of these things is literally the price of like buying almost like buying a car.
Yeah. It's a used car.
And it's the same addiction as like an arcade one up. But you can literally put together an entire home arcade for less than the price of one actual pinball machine. But once you get that addiction, right, there's more of them that are going to keep coming out, and you're going to want them. So eventually, like, you're just gonna like it's gonna be an insane amount of debt or monthly payments paying for all these pinballs. And I'd rather not have that. If I want to play, all these pinball machines are readily available at local arcades. And Brad, I think you did the math. Like, how many times could you play pinball
Oh, it's
for the
insane.
price of
You could literally go
buying
to
one?
every arcade expo probably in the US. I mean, for the cost of one pinball, like in a year. And you could play hundreds of pinball machines. Hundreds.
I mean, you've
It
pretty
just
much
doesn't.
played them all.
That's what I do. I mean, I prefer just, and it's well, guess what? Brooklyn, when it breaks, it's not your problem.
That's the other
When
issue also.
when
That-
something breaks or gives out, it's not your problem, I mean, I hate to say it,
what
but
I've heard,
they all break.
they all break. Pinballs
Even new.
There's a lot of maintenance, and that maintenance is expensive. So
Yeah, if you can't do it yourself, be prepared because you're going
Brad,
on a journey.
if I bought something
Mhm.
for like
Mhm.
10, 11 grand and it broke within a few months,
Yeah,
I would lose my fucking mind.
I
you
know.
know?
Imagine if you paid like $15,000, $14,000.
Yeah, and they
We-
will break.
We all know there's one pinball that I would want, and I'd be happy with just that one.
The Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Be the Iron Maiden for steps.
I wouldn't get
Pin
addicted
butt.
to play. I wouldn't get addicted to buying more either. I would just be like, look at this
Yeah.
bad ass Iron Maiden.
But
pinball.
Yeah, that's different. I mean, it's whatever makes you happy. I'm saying if having a row of pinball machines makes you happy, that's nothing wrong with it.
when
But
I see
mean,
those rows of pinballs,
there are commercial
in, like,
machines. It's very
YouTuber's house,
expensive.
I'm like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000, 60,000. It's like,
Yeah,
holy
if you've
crap,
got 5 pinball machines and the average price is $10,000+, it's
Well, Brooklyn Menace doesn't have enough money to buy a pinball machine.
yeah, we're all
so
too poor.
Super chats are open. No.
no, that's not the case. I don't have enough money for
No.
a divorce.
He's not looking for pinball money.
GoFundMe for Brooklyn Menace's
Yeah.
pinball. Come on.
Yeah,
let's
we're
go.
not looking for pinball money on this channel, are we, Brooklyn? You looking for
No.
pinball money?
No, I'm just looking to hang out and talk.
Just
with
looking to
all of
hang
you
out.
and
You don't even need a super chat.
have other YouTubers from the community on it. Just have a
Fun
good time.
time.
That's right, Jason. Operators are standing by. All right, all right, here we go. Gonna call right now.
But
Corporate
know-
accounting. This is Amina speaking. Just a moment.
yeah, so you know what I mean when I say that, Brad, right? It's like it's just a different addiction. If you get no matter what pinball you get, when they announce the next one,
In some ways, it's a lot worse. It's like you
You're gonna
went
want
you went from having the common cold to having a serious addiction.
yeah,
Because these arcade one-ups or even home arcades, they're like at the most 500 to what, a max of maybe, 1,000 would be pushing it. Now, you're buying every pinball machine you're buying is, several thousand at least. It's just a whole different level.
I couldn't afford the home arcade machine, so I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah.
I failed my
I love
mission.
playing the pinball machine.
I love playing them, but I don't want to deal with the maintenance. Like
I don't deal with the maintenance.
they break down a lot.
yeah. Look, Nick's walked
Yeah.
into his room. His blitz wasn't working. Here, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, exactly.
But if he
so-
just dropped like 12 grand into a pinball machine,
And
Yep.
When I heard Todd Tuckey speak, that's what he said. There are people that like to play pinball, then there are people that want to own pinball machines. It's two different groups. Like the
Yep.
people that want to just play pinball, they want to go on location and play the hell out of pinball. They don't necessarily have to own all the machines. They want to learn how to play different machines so they can compete. That's a different group than the people that want to own a bunch of pinballs in their home. It's a totally different group.
yeah.
I'm kind of in the middle of those two. I just like to go play them, but they're two different groups altogether.
I know.
Do you
That's
think
why
you
I
would
love
get?
digital pinball. That's what I have access to. I don't really have a.
Yeah, the digital pinball is
Pinball
good because you
arcade,
kind of
yeah.
get to cheat and you get to have a lot of different tables and stuff on one machine. That's the
Yeah,
benefit.
because my question was, do you think that you would get
You don't get bored with
bored
it as
if
quick.
you-
Yeah.
the same pinball machine over and over?
I'm gonna tell you a true story. This is a true story. I just went to Wayback's Arcade. They had a Mandalorian there, And by the second day, I could get a free game every time I played it. Like every time I played it, I would just get an extra game. So literally, I could just sit there and play it unlimited
All day.
amount almost all day. Like three. If I put four plays in there, I will get an extra game on 3 of the 4 plays. So I'm thinking if you have that in your home, I mean, as much as I think it's cool and everything, I think I would get bored with it because it's almost like it was too easy,
That's a really good table too. Mandalorian.
It is a good
it's like
table.
It's a top 3 Stern table in my opinion.
Once you get its number down, though, you can just get the extra game every time. You just get that multi-ball, you spam that little ship in the middle, and woo, you hear that click every time. It's like, I mean, I think it would get a little. I mean, for me, I mean, I just prefer to go play them on location.
See,
Yeah.
I'm not
Doesn't
even passionate about that show. That table's just good.
Yeah, it is a fun pinball.
But I can understand why you would want an Iron Maiden, just like I would want a Godzilla.
It's a nostalgia. It's like a showpiece too. I mean, pinball machines are cool.
You look like a more important Iron Maiden fan too. You're like, look, I'm such a great Iron Maiden
That's
fan.
right.
I got a damn Iron Maiden pinball.
You're like, yeah.
What I would love is to see more VR pinball made, because I do
Yeah.
enjoy because that's like even the next level above digital pinball, because you get that third dimension.
So in VR
So
pinball,
good.
do you get to be the pinball?
No,
VR
no,
pinball,
But
is-
it's like you're
is-
looking into the table.
VR pinball
more.
is you have your room that you're in. You're playing pretty much the same tables that Arcade One Up put out, the stuff that's coming to ad games, but you're actually standing there in front of the table. But the difference is whatever table you're playing, the things that are happening in your room, like when you're playing Jaws, you're standing on a little dock and Jaws is in the water underneath your feet and will jump up out of the water. So things are happening around you while you're playing the pinball table, and it really does look and feel realistic. And you can see everything. All like when you play it on the Legends pinball, it's kind of like flat screen. The 4K may help with that, but when you're playing it in VR, you can put your face right down against the pinball. Everything
you can see it.
you could see all the dimensions, all the ramps, and everything on the table. Shout out to Biggie D.
Biggie D.
$1 super chat. He didn't even say anything. He just hit a $1.
Let's
super chat.
go, Biggie D. Let's
$1.
go.
$1.
Thank you, Biggie D. Biggie D, another great channel.
Oh, I love Biggie D's channel.
Yeah.
She's great YouTuber. Excellent
I
content.
like seeing all the guys that were viewers of other channels that have jumped in and watching all their stuff grow. PD7's doing amazing. Like he'll post, I remember early on a couple of us knew about his channel and would watch it. Now like he'll post a video in the morning and he's getting like huge amount of views on his stuff, So
Thanks,
it's
Rainwater.
nice to see like a lot of the people that jumped in last year, their channels growing. What happened to me? I jumped into this. Damn, I've been doing YouTube for a long freaking time.
Brooklyn, your new
still in
lighting
the
looks
same spot.
amazing. Nix and Brad, I love your new setups. 2 steps. You look like you have a spotlight right in your face. Yeah, and what's funny is the light is like over behind that Street Fighter cabinet. That's the only light I have going on in this room, and I blocked the tape on my camera. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell.
I spent a lot of money on lights. They're
Brooklyn, the lights look
professional.
good.
Yeah.
You look well lit.
You get
look
what
at
you
that.
pay for.
Look at that. Look how
Look,
crisp.
here, look what happens if I turn off the light. Watch this at the press of button. This is what happens.
Yeah, man,
You gotta have lights.
gotta have
Look, one
lights. You
button,
gotta.
and boom! There we go. Look
gotta
at
have
the
'em, man.
difference. I should just do the show
Incredible.
like this. This is better.
Yeah, it's that exposure sitting on the damn camera.
Yeah. Would you even
I
realize
tried-
it's this dark in here? Everything right through my Stream Deck. I have all Elgato stuff. I love Elgato products. I really would, Brad. I was telling you this yesterday. Like, when is StreamYard going to just let me use my Stream Deck
I know you can't even use the stuff that you have already.
here in StreamYard.
It's crazy.
It'd be awesome if they implemented it into StreamYard. I'd have all kinds of fancy stuff ready to go at the push of a button. Yeah, I can
There.
use XSplit for that.
Uh,
All right, we've been talking for a while. It's not like I haven't enjoyed the conversation, but
mhm,
the people in the chat room have been voting since the start of the show of
mhm.
the game they want us to
Yeah.
play tonight. You want me to end the chat? We can see what they picked.
Yeah, let's take a look.
All right, let's end the poll and see what we're going to be playing tonight. Like I said, look at
Wow.
this. So
Food fight with a huge win.
69%.
Wow.
Nice.
We are going to be playing Food Fight, the arcade version tonight. Alien Brigade got 14%. That was my pick. It's a really cool game. Like, I think it still holds up. And I'd never even heard of this game before until I got this game station and found it. A lot of fun, kind of like an Operation Wolf, but you use the stick to move around the reticle. It's good. Millipede, that was your pick, Papa Brad, on the 5800. And I did pick Liberator, the arcade version, which I'm familiar with. I play it on my Atari 12-in-1. And it's a great game. It's actually a sequel to Missile Command.
Yeah, it's super cool. This YouTuber, Vintage Arcade Gal, she restored a Liberator cabinet.
But it looks like we're going to be
It's
playing
more rare.
So all the contestants here on the panel, Food Fight. There's plenty of Food Fight versions on the game station, but you're going to want to choose. You could scroll over to the arcade version. Who's going to be going first tonight? And I want you to be ready. Who wants to go first? I'm not going. I got buttons I got to press here to get this started. So who wants to go first?
Dun, dun, dun.
Do I have to put up another freaking poll?
I'll go first. I don't care.
All right, Brad's going to go first.
I'll
Brad,
go first.
when are you going to be
game
ready?
going.
Get your thing up on your
I'm
screen
getting ready right now.
so we can do
man.
this transition nice and smooth.
Yeah, let's do this nice and smooth. Nice and smooth.
Everyone get Food Fight ready.
It's ready.
This is so insane how I have to do this
Yeah, it's like
because I'm just using one giant monitor in front of me. I'm going to actually
Gotta
have
get
to
another one.
switch my input off of the computer, go over to a game because it's impossible trying to play it through StreamYard because of the delay. You're like a half a second to a second behind.
Yeah, you gotta get another monitor hooked up. Dual monitors.
Dude, I'm trying to keep everything. I had all that. I'm just trying to keep my whole setup as clean as possible.
I know. I'm using 2 monitors. I'm using an actual monitor. I'm going to play no lag. Nothing.
So Brad looks like he is ready to go first.
how's it sound? Is that okay? Can you hear it?
It's fine because we'll talk over the gameplay.
Okay, yeah, okay.
All right, Brad, give us a minute here
Okay.
as we start this up. Our first time playing Atari on the Friday Night Arcade Show. Are you ready to do this?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, let's take the people back.
What we're gonna do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time.
All right. Food Fight. The arcade version. Papa Brad is up first.
Oh, what did I do? What did I do? I hit the wrong button. Sorry. After all that.
Of course he did.
Sorry, Brooklyn.
I'm used to it.
You can see it's the arcade version. It's booting up. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button.
Why hasn't anyone made a Food Fight cabinet?
Oh, I just hit the wrong button again.
New Wave Toys did.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking like why isn't that
button.
why don't they include this on well maybe it's on the Atari 50th, but it may not be the arcade version.
No, they have the arcade version on there.
Dude, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you can play this on the Atari 50th on any console.
All right, so If you're watching the show, you can help us out by keeping score. Once Brad loses, we'll collect his high score, put it in the chat, and then the next competitor. I'm going last, by the way. So it's going to be Nick's or Steps. Nick's like he's ready to go. So all right, we'll throw Nick's up next.
I'm gonna get smoked by everybody. I've never really played an Atari stick before, so we'll see. Food fight is what we're doing first.
Yeah.
Oof.
So that's an out. You fell in the hole, huh?
I know. I'm doing terrible. I'm not even get through one level.
You can play this on your iArcade, but you have to push a configuration, or else if you just add it, you won't be able to control the game.
I should have started at the first level.
Start over, dude.
That was terrible.
Yeah, start it from the beginning.
I'm starting at the beginning.
Damn, Brad.
I didn't say I was good at the game. I
thought this was going to be like Brad was going to destroy all of us.
Y'all going to do good. You got to eat the ice cream cone before it melts.
And that just gives you like invincibility.
That's how you end the level. You can, like, if you're carrying food on the way out, you do get to start with food in your hands, which helps a lot.
Game over.
Game over.
So what'd you get there, Brad?
I don't know.
I could rewind. You got. Looks like. Did anyone catch Brad's score?
Is it 4,600?
No, it looks like 400.
Oh,
4,600.
Might have 400.
I see 400. I just rewound the stream.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's what it is. That's fine.
All right. Well, let's bring in. Here's Nick's.
Okay. All right, let's do this.
Nick, so have you played this game?
A little bit.
I love this game.
No, I fell in.
How does Nick's already have a higher score? Cornicate, if you're still here, he probably left 2 hours ago. But if you're still here,
2,100 points.
This is the one you should be playing on your new cabinet.
You're done already?
2,100 points. Woohoo!
Yeah, I'm watching the replay.
I gotta play again.
The stream's a couple of like 30 seconds behind. Wow, I may actually win this one if I don't screw up.
I think so. I think you've got it, Brooklyn.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time using the controller.
Yeah, 2,100 so far. Let's put that in the chat. 2,100 is the high score to beat as we bring in Steps.
Okay.
Steps, you have yours all stretched out. You know, you got to go into your settings.
I did earlier
on the iArcade and tell it that you want to see it in its original mode, but that's fine. However you see it from your end, if you're fine playing it this way.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to. It's weird because like I did that earlier and it did it for the Atari games, but apparently not.
And don't start on a higher level. Go.
Oh,
you're on 9 right now. Yeah,
1.
1.
Vanilla. Eat the comb. Okay. Ah, I missed him.
Yeah, unacceptable fringe. They did, but it's not as simple as putting a board in it. There's a Brad would know
Ooh,
more
so much
about it.
better this time.
There's a
Nice.
lot that goes into it to get it to work.
Oh, crap. There's more and more of these guys.
We have all new sock accounts showing up tonight in the chat room. Hopefully they're enjoying the
Oh, nailed me.
Atari gameplay. Steps, are you in the lead right now?
I don't know. Am I?
You are.
I don't think she is.
Ah, they got me. Okay, that's
8,300.
it. Hey, I don't look the fool. Kind of surprised.
Good job.
Ooh, I'm going good. Oh.
Let's go. Since that's what we're supposed to be
All
saying.
right, so this is going to be a whole
Oh,
thing I got to
no.
do. So let me get to
I
food
just
fight.
got 15,400 on my second game. Woo!
Yeah, I'm just getting warmed
It
up.
doesn't matter because you only get one turn.
I know.
I'm just saying.
Takes me a minute to get into the groove.
Absolutely.
All right, so for me,
I'm at 13,000 right now.
in order for me to play this, I do have to. Do you even need the sound from me? You want the sound from the game? I could do that. I'll give you the sound. You're not going to hear me anymore, so you could talk over my gameplay. But there is going to be a momentary pause because I actually have to switch my TV input over so I don't have the lag.
Yeah, Cornercade. I think that Arcade 1-Up should make a food fight kit. I think it'd look better than the Atari 50th.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go, Brooklyn.
Go.
This is a really fun game, but the first time I ever played it was the New Wave Toys in Cleveland. And when I played it, I go, I think I want one of these, but you know, you can't get them anymore.
It's an interesting play mechanic because he runs no matter what. You can't stop running.
Oh. It is an interesting play mechanic. It's running around.
Yeah, I heard your complaints about the Atari 50th on the weekly 1-Up, and it didn't sound too good.
Oh.
I know that that's edited to make you look bad, though, but I like the things that were said. Oh, let's go, Brooklyn. You almost get that ice cream.
Nice, I got it. Woo!
Yeah, it was funny. That was the best part, was the Cornercade part. The Michael B stuff was kind of boring.
Yes, got it.
Pie face, let's go.
Oh no.
Was that supposed to be broccoli?
13-6 that second game. Nice. Or third game. Nice.
Did I just win?
I think so.
Wow. Heck yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Go Steps.
Let's go.
Oh man, I fell in a hole. There we go.
Let's go.
You know, Danny's got a cornercade. He's got to be out of space if it's only like one corner.
All right, so I have something to say.
Yeah.
It's getting easier.
I've
the more I
played
play it.
Food Fight before. I've even played it on the Atari 50th. That was the worst way I've ever played
Mhm.
Food Fight. Why does it feel like your character was completely out of control?
Turn your
It's a
controller off.
joystick.
Turn your controller off and turn it back on. I did to do it with mine, and it feels a little bit better. I think.
No, it felt like my character wouldn't stop running.
Yeah, same here.
That's how it is.
Dude, no, it's not. When I play it on the Atari 50th on my PS5, it controls so much better. They're still playing. It's over. Steps wins.
Okay.
The newbie to Atari
Sweet.
takes out
Excellent.
Papa Brad.
I can't believe that. Papa
They're still
Brad,
playing.
I need to get.
We'll
I
let
need to
Let
do.
them play.
I need to do a live stream, and they're kind of be rare for me, but I want to do one with Papa Brad and Papa Pete in Atari, and I think Papa Pete agreed, so we're gonna have to get that together. It's just a matter of what day of the week.
Well, as long as we don't play Food Fight.
Why couldn't I stop my character from running though? Like if I just let go of the stick, the character just kept running.
It's that way on the iArcade.
I don't know. I gotta
I
pop
think
it
that's
on
the
the
way it
PS5.
is.
Yeah, I was like fighting it to try to play.
Thanks, Leo. You're gonna take the door
tough
off to
game.
fit it in.
Cornicade, go pop it on your new Atari cabinet and see if when you run with the character, if you let go of the stick, if it just keeps running.
I'll go on my
Cornicade
arcade
can
right
play-
now. I
he
have
can
it on
play-
my
Yeah,
can
yeah.
play
You
along
can
at
you
home.
can stop. You just have to like move the controller a certain
My
way.
character wouldn't stop. If I
Oh,
let
you
go of the
can,
stick,
okay.
it just kept running.
Oh, it's analog. I gotcha. There's different speeds.
Different speeds. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
maybe I
it's-
need to go in and adjust the
now.
settings.
Now I see it's throttled. It's throttled.
Yeah, it's throttled.
It's
So-
throttled.
The lighting problem for me is that I had to totally dim this monitor to the dimmest setting.
That's what it is.
I got it back on. I first turned it off.
Now
Yeah.
the control should be better. Now we got it.
Now I got it. Now I see what's
Cornicade's-
going on.
Brad, you're wrong. Cornicade said there's no Food Fight on the cabinet.
Oh, I didn't say there was Food Fight on the 50th.
I thought you did.
On the 50th anniversary.
Oh yeah,
50th
well,
anniversary
that's not-
collection. That's not the arcade one up.
What did I do there?
oh, I was saying it'd be awesome to be on the arcade one-up cabinet.
Yeah, it would have been awesome. It's the
because it's
Honda.
actually it's one of the games that really holds up.
They got like 200 games on the arcade one up, and they don't have Food Fight. It's like we got 50 Atari 2600 games, and
Get spinach. Okay, Brooklyn. What it is it's throttled, so you can't stop. Watch.
okay, Rainwater, you forget
Doesn't
that I'm
work.
old and I need to have things bright with white backgrounds. I don't do dark mode. That's for the young people. And
That ice cream.
It's over. Do they realize it's over?
they're still playing.
It's
I
done.
mean,
The segment
yeah,
was
it's
over.
done. Steps one.
5 minutes.
Steps one.
We all sucked, but Steps sucked.
Steps won.
us.
Yep. Congratulations, Steps.
Yes. Here we are, all the big retro gamers.
Oh,
Yeah, we've been playing
It's
Atari
all
20,
good.
2600 since the day it came out.
And I started with
We all
Nintendo.
That's
No, that-
okay.
that- I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to do an investigation into this because something was wrong.
no, it's throttled. It's a throttled.
It's throttled. You can stop. You can totally
you can
stop.
turn.
Brooklyn.
You can turn.
I couldn't stop.
You watch.
You
I'll
can.
show you.
We
Watch.
We
Watch.
can
Watch.
show
Watch.
you.
Watch.
I mean, the controller looks cool.
See, look.
It
Stop.
works like shit.
I got
Grab.
I gotta move my mic closer to
Stop.
me.
Look,
Okay.
you just
How's
saw him
that?
totally stop.
There you go, Steps.
Uh-huh.
Stop.
It probably had one of those optical joysticks. Is why. It probably had an optical
I
joystick.
guarantee you
Drinking
No, it
water.
worked.
the 7800 version
Stevia.
will work better with this stick than the
Yeah,
arcade version.
yeah. Because the arcade stick has different speeds that he runs.
Yeah, it is. He does run at different speeds.
He has a slow and a fast run. You can actually when you tap the stick back a little bit, you'll notice he'll slow down.
Rainwater, I hate dark mode. I just I don't know. Dark
Dark
mode's
mode, what, on YouTube?
like on anything. I like it all white background, black text. I'm very old school like that. But I did dim the monitor, and that's what I'm going to do from now on when I'm on a stream.
I think your lighting, you're not like your face isn't all like washed out tonight.
I just lowered it the brightness to like the lowest setting. So instead of setting 0, which is the highest, it's on setting 4.
These lights, I don't even have.
That was the difference.
These aren't even up all the way.
Get 'em.
What's cool is like it's comfortable. It's not like blinding me like a huge ring light. And they have they come on really nice stands that you don't see any of the wires, so it just looks really clean.
There we are.
Clean like a mother.
Clean like a mother. Like, don't you think my skin tone is better?
It is.
I'm just gonna, I should just
look
walk around with these lights.
It makes
Right?
your it
Just
makes
hold
your
one
beard.
in each hand. I
It
look
makes
way
your
Now,
beard-
better.
now hold your sponsor's product, that skincare lotion.
Yeah, I'm at that age where you need lighting to look good.
So the lighting made your skin look younger, but then the beard would look grayer. So now you
Yeah.
got to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is how I really look. There we go.
Perfect.
Like this.
That's perfect, Brooklyn.
Yes.
That's perfect.
That's perfect. Yeah, see, you're starting a trend. Now Biggie D's like, I gotta get the Elgato lights. I got to.
They're
I
expensive.
got to. $250
Well,
Biggie D.
I'm telling you,
$250.
you get what you pay for, and
You do.
I take
These ring
YouTube
lights, you
serious.
can't
Let me
do
get
that.
on
You
my
can't do that.
soapbox.
Get
Forget
on
about
your
the rest
soapbox.
of my co-host. This is all about what I have to say right now. I take YouTube professionally. Even,
See that.
even though
You're a
nobody
big-time
watches
Mr.
anything
Big-time
I do,
YouTuber.
at
They
least
made a little money on YouTube.
one thing you could say is that
You're
Brooklyn
58 years
takes
old.
YouTube professionally. I have a professional camera, professional lighting, and a professional mic.
Yeah, professional background now.
And professional
Man,
background.
You stepped
More
up your game,
VR.
Brooklyn.
What's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping into the show. More VR watches me play VR, but I don't think he's ever visited our Friday Night Arcade show. Well, we were gone for a while when I was playing a lot of VR, but now we're back to doing the show, cutting into my VR time.
I
I
know.
can't even play tomorrow because tomorrow I'll be
Yeah.
doing the Ichabod show.
When
You
you're
could- you
talking
could be
VR,
playing
you
Asgard's
want
Wrath,
more.
too.
Asgard's Wrath, I will probably still be playing it till almost next year before I'm probably going to get through that entire game.
Cornercade wants to go to an ICP concert. I think they're doing one more tour, is what I saw.
No, it is.
What?
We're not going to get into that. Yeah, I'll go with you. You'll be safe if I'm there with you.
I don't know if it's this weekend or next weekend, but Ricardo's going to see Violent J wrestle.
Yeah. Look, just reach over to my left. Always ready to represent.
Look at that. It's a
That's the
juggalo
real
for
deal
life.
given to me by another juggalo.
They still wrestle.
Yes, Violent J. Well, Shaggy's not wrestling anymore, and Violent J. I filmed Violent J's retirement match at the gathering of the Juggalos, and he didn't retire. Now he's wrestling again, and he almost broke his neck in Japan last week trying to do
crazy.
a moonsault. He landed right on his neck.
Do I remember the Yeah, I do remember the WCW games. I thought had young kids, so I thought you were younger. How do you remember that?
Years back, I think I showed you when I fought the other YouTuber in the Juggalo Championship Wrestling ring. I showed you that video after the show ended, I think last week. At that event, I was hosting a video game event where a ton of people signed up, and we had like a whole championship. We were playing the old PS2 games where ICP was in the wrestling game. the Backyard Wrestling 1 and 2, and we had a whole competition of that. It went really well. I did that officially at one of ICP's events. Cue the crickets.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I should.
Dun,
Maybe I should go. The only
dun.
thing I remember ICP for was when they were on WCW because I was a WCW fan. I totally was.
I've
Are
seen
you
him.
young? You are a little young. You're younger than everybody on the stream right now, Cornercade. I will say that.
I was seeing him wrestle in ECW back in '97 in South Florida. Multiple WCW Nitros that I went to, also back in the '90s, and of course at every gathering that I go to. I'm gonna just end the show. I should just end the show right there, just on that dead silence. I didn't start the Juggalo talk. Cornicade did, or someone else did in the chat room.
Yep, it did die, Cornercade, and I was at one of the last pay-per-views. I'm actually on the WWE. Oh, no, it's not WWE Network anymore. It's Peacock. I'm actually on Peacock during Goldberg's last WCW match. When he gets sprayed in the face with mace, my face drops open and I'm forever on the WWE Network. So there you go.
The craziest wrestling I ever went to live was CZW, and I filmed it, put it up on my YouTube channel just many years back, and that video was like hitting like 70,000 views, and then they had it taken down. The CZW company had it removed from YouTube.
So the thing that I keep hearing about from War or Ricardo, he lives in Texas, and he's like, the wrestling is the Texas cartel, like that Violent J is wrestling in. I don't even know if that's like a normal thing, but he says they have a lot to do with the Texas cartel. I'm like, okay, I don't even know what that is.
Well, I mean, if you're familiar with that world of things like I am, Juggalo Days is going to be in Texas this year.
Okay.
That's coming up soon. Something that happens once a year, and it's going to be in Texas this year.
I don't know if War 4444 is in the chat right now. He visits this show sometimes, and he's a friend of mine. So he's run a lot of arcade streams, though.
Yeah, I like all the new fake accounts that came to visit tonight.
I know.
I'm happy to see anybody.
New wrestling talk channel.
Yeah.
We were combining things so that I can keep the conversation relevant to me.
We're not playing iArcade tonight, because I'm sure I'll get smoked by you tomorrow night on the iArcade. But I do not have my iArcade hooked up through my capture card to the computer. But don't worry about it. We will be getting, I'm still working on all new intros for this year for the show. The only thing I got done was the blah blah opener part. I didn't even get to the main opening. So everything's getting redone, and we're going to be definitely getting back to Game Fight, finishing up our first season of that. I think that we can probably finish that off in maybe
one or two shows
next week.
Probably one show or two shows max.
One complete show that will just be
just Game Fight. That would be cool.
Yeah, the finale will do that.
Yeah,
and then once that's done, I'm gonna announce what I've been up to with the plans for the next Game Fight, which is gonna be totally different than what anyone thinks it's gonna be.
Fighting games.
We'll see.
Probably not.
And we plan on
congratulations steps
a lot more into the show, a lot more visual treats, maybe some pre-recorded stuff from each of us. But we're working on it. We're taking it slow. It took me all week just to do that tiny little intro.
Congratulations on what, Brad?
I'm winning the food fight. Game.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That was delayed, but sure. Thanks. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. I'm glad I won.
Yeah, it's like arcade talk. You know, there's a delay, and then it kicks on. 5 minutes later, it comes on.
We're 2 hours in, people.
Hmm.
I think it's time to call it a night. Don't you think?
I think so.
I'm trying to make it easier on, because people do catch this show on the replay, and we can always, chat after the show. But thank you everybody who showed up for
Thank you.
our huge return, right? You want to call it that in 2024, but we do plan on being here as many Fridays as we can do. We'll hope to keep it as consistent as possible. And as always, I want to thank Papa Brad, Nix, and Steps Gaming for co-hosting the show with me, because
Yes.
look at what this would be if they weren't here. It would just be me sitting here by myself.
Talking about juggalos.
No, I have a whole platform for that, Steps.
I know. I'm just being funny.
Yeah. A few people have wandered over there, and
It's a deep
don't
well.
go there. I'm just saying, don't ever go there. But I'm busy with that too. I just now I have another new show that I have to host or run on my other channel. But at least it's only going to be once a month. But never go there. That's all I'm going to say. And if you do, don't blame me for anything that you see or hear. I just run the freaking channel. But we're talking about, Fago Thuggy, put the damn name of the channel. Well, that's not going to get you there. I am wearing the shirt too.
There you go.
There you go.
Represent.
Yes. However, we're talking about my channel, where we behave ourselves to the best of our ability. And I just want to thank everyone that showed up. It always makes it more fun when there's people in the live chat. If you're catching it on the replay, whether it be on this channel or on Papa Brad's channel sometime tomorrow or Sunday, we appreciate you too. And thank you again to Papa Brad. Thank you, Nix. Thank you, Steps Gaming. I am Brooklyn Menace. We will see you next Friday with way more fun and surprises here on the Friday Night Arcade Show.